There are places in our world that continue to puzzle us. Some carry histories we haven't fully unraveled, others serve purposes we can only speculate about. More often, they stir a feeling of awe that defies logic. Luckily, we know exactly where to find many of these spots, and in this video, we're taking you on a journey through some of the most baffling ones ever discovered. Let's start off with number 15, Hakaku Tunnel. On the quiet slopes of Kyushu Island in Japan, a tunnel cuts through the mountains, narrow, octagonal, and eerily unfamiliar. Known as Hakaku Tunnel, its shape immediately sets it apart. Visitors often describe feeling strange inside it, uneasy, even if they don't know why. Built in 1915, the tunnel was originally intended as part of a railway link between Masato and Kamamoto. Its 8-sided design wasn't for show. Engineers hoped it would help prevent rockfalls. The train line, however, barely lasted. By 1964, it was abandoned, and the tunnel slipped into obscurity. Only in recent years did it gain renewed attention when curious tourists stumbled across it. Some say it resembles a set from a science fiction movie, with its harsh angles and dark, echoing interior. The structure may be practical in origin, but it leaves a lingering impression, an unnatural space carved from earth and left behind. Its forgotten past and strange energy are what keep drawing people in, long after the train stopped running. Number 14. Mysterious Road. On Jedju Island, there's a stretch of road that plays tricks on your senses. Known officially as Road 712-6988, but more commonly called Mysterious Road, it defies everything we think we know about gravity. Pour water on the asphalt, and it flows upward. Park your car in neutral, and it starts rolling uphill. The illusion is so convincing that even skeptics are left scratching their heads, at least until they learn the truth. There's no strange magnetic field or secret force field beneath the ground. The road is simply built on a slope that looks inverted due to the way the landscape is arranged around it. What feels like an uphill battle is actually a gentle downhill incline. It's one of those rare places where your eyes and your brain disagree and the road wins. There are similar locations in other countries, but the effect in Jeju is especially sharp. It's not just a fun detour, it's a reminder that sometimes our perspective is the main problem. Number Tradishi. Eglinton Castle. Scotland is a land soaked in legend, but few stories feel as alive as those surrounding the crumbling remains of Eglinton Castle. Locals are so familiar with the eerie tales that the ghost sightings are more of a community joke than a scare, though the origins are anything but lighthearted. All that's left of this once grand Gothic mansion are its sandstone ruins and a strange history involving a bizarre game of croquet. In the 19th century, the castle's earl turned the sport into a spectacle by adding bells to the wickets, an act that somehow stirred scandal among the upper class. The drama escalated when a woman reportedly lost her life during one of these games. They say her spirit still wanders the grounds, searching endlessly for her missing ball. While the castle may be just a shadow of its former self, the mystery lingers, etched into the overgrown lawns and whispered among those who've lived too long next to ghosts. Number 12. Wolf Creek Crater. In the vast emptiness of Western Australia lies Wolf Creek Crater, an enormous, perfectly rounded scar on the earth that once went unnoticed. For generations, Aboriginal people referred to it as Candimalol, and many had their own stories about how it formed. But to the wider world, it wasn't even known until a plane flew over it in 1947. Scientists later determined that a massive meteor, likely weighing over 50,000 tons, slammed into the Earth here around 300,000 years ago. The result? A bowl-shaped impact site nearly 3,000 feet across and 200 feet deep. It's a sobering reminder of what happens when space and Earth collide with no warning. Today, it draws curious travelers despite being remote and difficult to reach. Its near-perfect symmetry and isolation make it feel more like a natural monument than a disaster site. Nothing about it feels accidental. It's a mark left by something cosmic, one that survived erosion, time, and obscurity, only to emerge as one of the planet's most haunting landmarks. Number 11. Crooked Trees of Altacane. Just outside the small town of Altacane, a strange grove of aspen trees twists through the landscape like something out of a surreal painting. Their trunks curve and spiral unnaturally, bending and looping in ways that defy expectation. What makes it stranger is that the surrounding trees just steps away grow perfectly straight, as aspens typically do. These odd specimens, known as the crooked trees, have baffled scientists for decades. Historical sketches and early photographs show they've looked this way for hundreds of years. The prevailing theory is that some kind of genetic mutation altered their growth pattern, and since aspens spread by cloning underground roots, the twist passed from one tree to the next. Even with that explanation, many experts still aren't entirely convinced. Some blame soil conditions, others suggest environmental stress, but nothing fully explains their eerie shape. At night, the grove takes on an even stranger feel, like the trees are frozen mid-motion, caught in some ancient dance no one remembers the steps to. Number 10. The Mystery Towers. In 1917, as World War I dragged on, something strange began to rise near Shoreham Harbor. Locals watched as thousands of Royal Engineers built two massive six-sided towers. With no explanation from the military, people dubbed them everything from the Ugly Sisters to the Wedding Cakes. Speculation swirled, but even most workers had no idea what they were building. The structures bristled with defenses, guns, platforms, and thick concrete walls, but their purpose stayed classified. Years later, documents revealed the plan to hang giant steel nets between the towers, blocking German U-boats from sneaking into English waters. But the war ended before the plan could be fully realized. One tower was dismantled, the other, surprisingly, towed to Portsmouth, where it became the Nab Tower, still standing to this day. It's a story of wartime desperation, secret innovation, and how a bold idea came just a little too late to matter. Even now, the original site carries the quiet weight of something big left half-finished. Number 9. Kagami Numa. High atop Mount Achimantai in Japan lies Kagami Numa, a quiet lake that briefly turns into something extraordinary. For just a few days each year, the surface forms a swirling pattern that resembles a giant dragon's eye gazing skyward. To the locals, it's more than a natural event, it's a legend. They say it's where two dragons, once banished from their realm, would reunite in secret. Science offers a less mythical but no less fascinating explanation. During spring, layers of snow and ice begin to thaw unevenly. The snow melts faster in the center due to heat pressure, exposing a circular patch of water surrounded by remaining ice. The result is an enormous eye, so precise it hardly looks real. The illusion is fleeting, lasting less than a week, and only appears under exact temperature conditions. It wasn't widely known until 2016, when a photo captured the phenomenon and spread online. Now people travel from across the globe, hoping to catch a glimpse before it disappears. Would you like to visit mysterious place? Number 8. Zarski Kiran of Kerch. In Crimea's Kerch region stands a burial mound fit for a ruler, and perhaps once used by one. The Zarski Kiran, over 2,400 years old, doesn't just impress with its size, but with the Greek-style vaulted limestone passage that leads inside. The design feels almost modern, clean, deliberate, and symmetrical. It's hard to believe it's been standing since ancient times. Historians agree it was meant to house a powerful figure, possibly a royal, but their identity remains a mystery. Tomb raiders emptied the chamber centuries ago, leaving behind only architecture and echoes. What adds another layer of intrigue is the Christian graffiti on the walls, symbols believed to have been left by early Christians who used the chamber as a secret place of worship during periods of persecution. So now it's both a royal tomb and a spiritual refuge, one that survived time, looters, and war. The figure it once held may be long gone, but the mystery remains sealed within its stone heart. What do you think about it? Number 7. House of the Seven Chimneys. The name says it all. In the heart of Madrid's Plaza del Rey stands a building that's earned a chilling reputation. The House of the Seven Chimneys, dating back to the 16th century, is no ordinary structure. Legend has it that King Philip II used it as a hidden retreat, far from the prying eyes of the royal court. It's said that one of his courtiers, a woman named Helen, gave birth to his child within these walls. Soon after, both mother and child vanished, and whispers of murder began to circulate. The king reportedly blamed her father, who later took his own life in that very house. For years, these were just dark rumors, until the 1800s, when a hidden skeleton was discovered behind one of the walls. Alongside the remains were several gold coins dating to the same era. The discovery gave weight to the legend and turned the house into one of Spain's most notorious paranormal landmarks. History or myth, it's impossible to say for sure. Number 6. Murphy Ranch. Tucked into the scenic Santa Monica Hills lies Murphy Ranch, a site wrapped in conspiracy and overgrown secrets. Built in 1933 and credited to someone named Jesse Murphy, the compound was designed to be entirely self-sustaining, but Jesse may never have existed. Instead, the sprawling structures were likely the work of Norman and Winona Stevens, along with a shadowy German figure known only as Herr Schmidt. Together, they poured money into fuel tanks, cisterns, and hidden bunkers, all reportedly in preparation for a Nazi stronghold on American soil. Schmidt, a known Nazi sympathizer, envisioned the ranch as a future base until federal agents dismantled the plan after the U.S. entered World War II. By the 1960s, artists moved in, tagging the buildings and turning the decaying property into a chaotic gallery. To this day, some believe Murphy, Stevens, and Schmidt were all the same man, but there's no record to confirm it. What remains is a forgotten dream built on fear, obsession, and secrecy. Number 5. Magura Cave. Hidden in the Rabisha region of Bulgaria, Magura Cave is more than just a prehistoric shelter. It's a sprawling canvas that may hold the earliest known human attempt to track time. Its vast interior walls are covered with thousands of paintings, ranging from hunting scenes to spiritual rituals and possibly even astronomical records. Some depictions date back more than 10,000 years. Unlike most cave art made with pigments, many of Magura's murals were created using guano bat droppings, which surprisingly helped preserve them over the centuries. One section of the wall shows a grid of black and white squares that some archaeologists argue could be an early solar calendar. Whether or not that theory holds up, the variety and longevity of the artwork alone make the cave an unparalleled treasure. While its exact meanings remain debated, standing inside Magura feels like stepping into the thoughts of people who lived thousands of years ago, trying to communicate something they believed was too important to be lost. Number 4. Reat Structure. In the heart of the Sahara Desert, the Reat Structure stands out like a cosmic fingerprint etched into the earth. Known as the Eye of the Sahara, this colossal formation in Mauritania spans over 25 miles across and is so perfectly shaped that astronauts can spot it from space. For years, its origin sparked debate. Some believed it was the aftermath of a massive meteor strike, while others suspected volcanic activity. In fact, some people think it's the lost city of Atlantis, but most researchers now lean toward a less dramatic, though no less fascinating theory. It's a deeply eroded geological dome, shaped by wind and water over millions of years. The layers of exposed rock form concentric rings, giving it the appearance of a giant bullseye in the desert sand. Even with modern satellite imaging and updated studies in 2025, no one can say with absolute certainty why it formed so perfectly. What's clear, though, is that the Reat Structure isn't just a landmark, it's a geological riddle still waiting to be fully understood. Number 3. Light Pillars. On a freezing January night in 2017, the skies above North Bay in Ontario came alive with something few people had ever seen. Pillars of light, stretching skyward in silent formation, turned the town's skyline into something out of science fiction. But this wasn't a special effects display or an unexplained encounter. It was nature showing off under just the right conditions. These vertical beams are known as light pillars, and they appear when flat ice crystals float close to the ground in extremely cold temperatures. The crystals reflect and refract existing lights, like those from street lamps or passing cars, bouncing them upward in a way that creates the illusion of towering columns. No alien ships or lasers, just a rare atmospheric phenomenon that turns everyday illumination into a glowing spectacle. Though similar events have been recorded in cold regions around the world, the clarity and scale of the North Bay display were unmatched. People didn't just witness it, they stood in silence, unsure whether to blink or believe. Number 2. Neolithic Sauna Site. Beneath farmland in East Yorkshire, a wooden henge sat undisturbed for millennia until archaeologists began excavations in 2018. What they found wasn't a copy of Stonehenge, but something entirely different. At the center of the circular wooden structure was a deep pit filled with burned stones. This detail led researchers to a surprising conclusion: the site may have functioned as a massive sauna. Unlike Stonehenge, which was likely ceremonial, this site appears to have served a practical or therapeutic role. The burned stones echo the design of traditional sweat lodges used by indigenous cultures around the world. In Neolithic Britain, winters were harsh, and a communal hot space like this could have been a vital refuge. Seen from above, the layout is barely visible now, but aerial surveys revealed its full shape near the village of Little Catwick. The theory is still debated, but the evidence points toward warmth, steam, and possibly shared ritual beneath the frosty skies of prehistoric Yorkshire. What do you think of it? Number 1. Britain's oldest salt factory. Beneath the soil at Street House Farm in North Yorkshire, archaeologists uncovered something surprising: what may be Britain's oldest industrial salt production site. It dates back roughly 6,000 years, making it older than Stonehenge. Prior to this, the oldest salt works in the UK were believed to be 3,600 years old. This new find doubles that estimate. The evidence includes pottery shards encrusted with salt, hearths, and storage pits. Clear signs that salt was being processed at scale. What's more startling is the timing. It suggests that ancient Britons were engaged in settled, specialized industries well before most scholars believed they had transitioned from hunting and gathering. The discovery challenges the long-accepted narrative that Britain's Neolithic communities were primitive and loosely organized. Instead, it points to a culture that not only harvested resources, but also stored, traded, and possibly exported them. So far, no other salt processing sites of this age have been found nearby, leaving researchers to wonder, was this a one-off outpost, or the first piece of something far bigger? If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.